The Harry's Wife's Games. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Last year, we all saw how Harry's wife turned the Invictus Games at The Hague into the Harry's Wife's Games because it naturally has to be all about her. Now, Dusseldorf waits to find out how she tries to make the current games all about her. And according to Paul Thompson, the Mail, Harry's wife will fly into Dusseldorf to join Prince Harry at the Invictus Games, and she'll check into their very swanky suite at a 5-star hotel. Prince Harry will be reunited with his wife, Harry's wife. I'm sure he's thrilled by the prospect of that, at the Invictus Games after going solo for the opening days of the sporting event for disabled and wounded military veterans. What's been apparent is that whilst Harry has been flying solo, he's actually been enjoying himself because he's not having to put up with the intermittent devaluing conduct that she engages in to assert control over him, grabbing him by the hand, pushing him in the small of his back. More about that in due course. Harry's wife is due to arrive in Dusseldorf late this evening. The Germans are aware that the weather will change as soon as she arrives, with there being dark clouds and dementors flying through the air to signal the arrival of the wicked witch of the West Coast. And she'll have a packed day of activities, apparently, alongside her husband on the third day of the Games. Now notice that this Games is meant to be about the resilience, the determination, the fortitude of brilliant people who had placed their lives on the line for their respective countries and have experienced illness or injury as a consequence of that dedication. That ought to be noted each and every single occasion, heralded and appreciated. But of course, it's overshadowed by the ginger dimwit and, moreover, by Harry's wife. She doesn't give a rat's ass about the competitors. Her narcissism tells her that she does. Her narcissism tells her that she truly cares and will cause her to perhaps issue, if she does make a speech at the closing ceremony, some beige word salad, but probably related more to her than the competitors. Instead, what we ought to be hearing is all about the competitors, but that's no good to the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't want you talking about the competitors. The narcissist wants you talking about them. And Harry's wife is no different. She needs to be the star of the show. She has to overshadow it all. I have explained on countless occasions previously where she has sought to steal the thunder of others. For instance, she did it, I think, was it at Beatrice or Eugenie's wedding by announcing her pregnancy. She doesn't care about the impact on other people so long as she gets to be noticed. And she'll do it here. The Duchess of Delusion will be checking into the 5-star Hyatt Hotel. So, no scrimping on expenses here, no doubt charged to Invictus to have her accommodation paid for. And she'll be staying in the presidential suite. Delusions of grandeur, as she doubtless thinks that she will be El Presidente someday. Harry has been a huge hit with the crowds at the Games, posing for dozens of selfies as he is mobbed at each event he attends. Good for Harry, and it does show the affection that he's managed to retain, notwithstanding his shitty conduct, and demonstrates perhaps how people are going to be more forgiving of him when she isn't around. Furthermore, he's able to be more of himself when she's not around, because her presence doesn't diminish his emotional empathy, turning him into a scowling brat. Even dignitaries from the 21 countries competing have made sure they are seated next to the prince. With Harry's wife by his side, he's likely to be even popular. I think they mean more popular, as many people attending the Games have been asking when she's likely to attend. They might be asking that so that they can ensure that they're out of the way and they don't have to put up with her stupid face and rictus grin. Aides have been keeping her visit under wraps, but she's thought to be meeting with some of the school children who have been invited to attend. That's probably been arranged because school children are less likely to turn their backs on her or boo her, and of course children are far easier to control. Thus, that's been viewed as a safe bet. But pity the poor children that have to meet her and be subjected to her nonsensical questions and observations. Surely that's child cruelty. She's also likely to meet the Nigerian team, with Harry teasing at the opening ceremony that she would be cheering them on, having discovered she is of Nigerian descent. The Duchess revealed details of her genealogy, and a podcast revealed she was 43% Nigerian. See immediate parts pass him about that. Wouldn't it be fantastic if a member of the Nigerian team invited her on camera to explain more about her genealogy and what she knows about Nigeria, asking her a few questions such as, what is the capital of Nigeria? Do you have any plans to go to Nigeria to research more your genealogical roots? What have you been doing lately for Nigeria? What part of you is actually Nigerian? And I don't mean in the sense of the country, because that's a recent construction, but more in respect of the relevant ethnic makeup that's associated with those that live in Nigeria. Do you know what it is, Harry's wife? Wouldn't it be marvellous somebody posed those questions to her? An authentic and organic Nigerian would be most excellent at doing so. Apparently, the Duchess was a supportive figure in Prince Harry's Heart of Invictus Netflix series filmed at the 2022 Games, although her appearances in the 5 episodes were fleeting. So much the better. Harry's wife appears to give a speech about service, as if she'd know anything about that, as well as on a number of occasions to offer comment and support to Harry. In her most prominent moment, Harry's wife is shown speaking at the opening ceremony of the Games to introduce Harry to the stage, in footage which was aired live at the time. She said, "Thank you so much for your service, and thank you to all the friends and the family that are here who've been supporting you along the way, because this is service, this is dedication, and this is the Invictus family. Please welcome my incredible husband, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex." The article then provides us with more shite that came out of Heart of Invictus and is too tedious for me to read to you. But it's going to become the Harry's wife's games. At the point of me recording this for you, she has already arrived and in due course will probably be making an appearance for the purposes of showing off. No doubt treating the world to some expensive couture which is worn badly. Perhaps we have the opportunity to coin some more fashion disasters over the course of the next few days. We will see just how much she tries to elbow her way into the activities. Perhaps she's going to get on the small cars again as she did in The Hague. But what we can be assured of is she is going to lap up the opportunity to drink in the fuel from a variety of secondary and tertiary sources, and that she's going to make it all about her. Swanning around, showing off expensive clothing, showing off expensive jewellery, completely forgetting that this is actually meant to be about the competitors and not about her. Of course, as I explained previously, she doesn't give two toots about those competitors. It's all about her and the prime aims. Undoubtedly, I'll have more to tell you as this situation develops. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.